Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
I don't trust them. I don't know if they've done this to other families. I have no idea.
Their father's gravesite disturbed. Explanations that don't make sense. And these secret photos leaked to the family. Tonight, questions being asked about how the dead are treated at Resurrection Cemetery in Clinton Township.
Those questions come after a family visited a loved one and realized something strange was going on. Let's bring in Local 4 investigator Karen Drew with what she's found, Karen.
Well, Kim and Devin, when you bury your loved one, you expect a level of respect for your loved one's body and gravesite. Tonight, one local family is speaking out, saying their father's gravesite was not only treated with disrespect, but destruction. And it was because of some secret photos that were leaked to them, they learned the truth. It's a family tradition for the Trottier family to be buried at Resurrection Cemetery in Clinton Township. The family are devout Catholics.
The cemetery is a sacred ground. It's where you lay your loved ones, you go to rest.
When Terry's father, Arthur Trottier, died in 1992, he was laid to rest here. The family visited his gravesite often, but a visit in early 2021 left them heartbroken.
We found what looked like my parents' gravesites were disturbed. It looked like the grave was, both of them were opened. The headstones were tossed aside.
Terry called management at the cemetery.
Well, they told me that they were doing a burial next to my dad, and that they noticed that my dad's vault was compromised. But he said, out of the goodness of my heart, we decided to replace your dad's vault.
That answer didn't seem right to Terry. You see, she is in the funeral business.
For a disinterment, you would need a permit from the health department. You would need an affidavit from the family, from all family members.
And she says that didn't happen. Then came the real shocker. These photos were sent to the family. Images showing her father's vault open, where her father was supposed to be in peace, at rest. So whoever took these photos knew there was something illegal going on.
Correct. Well, obviously they weren't supposed to do, but in a whole manner that was disrespectful.
Terry says family didn't want to leave her father's gravesite that way, worried how his remains were left underground. She wanted him exhumed and placed in a new vault.
The cemetery just keeps putting roadblocks. And the dates we want are unacceptable. They don't have crews available.
We've never seen anything like this.
So they brought in legal help.
So Michigan and other states, they're unique because there's actual state law about how you handle the dead and the remains. And we're of the opinion that they clearly violate that law.
No one from Resurrection Cemetery was willing to go on camera, instead releasing a statement that reads in part, the legal complaint consists of extensive inaccuracies. In this situation, there was a breakdown in our communication process. The way in which the family learned about the issue was not how we strive to meet our family's expectations. As the family battles it out in the courtroom, they continue to visit their father's gravesite, praying he can truly be at rest someday.
I don't trust them. I don't know if they've done this to other families. That I have no idea. Because if we hadn't driven by that cemetery that day, they would have just covered it up.
Now, we have learned a judge has granted the family permission to disinter their father's body. That's expected to happen next week. In its statement, Resurrection says it has apologized to the family for what they're calling a communication gap.
But it's interesting that with all they've been through, the family still wants their father's remains there.
It's hard. I asked them that, but they said it's still history. Our family members are all buried there.
They're all there, right.
So we don't want to upset that even more, but we need to take it charge and make sure that this is done the right way. So we'll be following.
We sure will.
Yeah, thanks, Karen. A violent incident that rocked a Harper Woods neighborhood and destroyed a family more than a week ago just keeps getting worse. 23-year-old Jonathan Welch was let out on bond, accused of torturing his girlfriend. Police say he used that bond as freedom to take her life and the lives of others. Sean Lay is live where it happened in Harper Woods with reaction after a third person has died in connection with all of this. Sean.
And Kimberly, we're talking about an awful incident here that happened on July 10th. We were here as it all was unfolding. We continue to discover new information day after day about this horrible case. The family's home here remains a sad crime scene. Neighbors here tell us they watched Jonathan Welch lower his little boy, baby boy, out the window and go back inside the home. That's where police say he went on a horrible stabbing spree, and now we've learned there are no survivors.
But I never would have thought that this would have occurred.
1 week ago, this shocking scene played out across the street from Jeff Wolf's Harper Woods home. Video showing 23-year-old Jonathan Welch surrendering to police after prosecutors say Welch killed his longtime girlfriend Zelega Frazier, his stepfather Robert Bray, setting his mother's home on fire and shooting at police. Also, Welch's own mother was stabbed in her back during the attack. Police now confirming tonight that mother, Flossie Nicole Bray, has died from her injuries.
It's just a tragedy. Really, it's all that can really be said about it. I think everybody in the neighborhood was pulling for Flossie to make it and hoping that that would be at least one salvageable element of this situation. So it's very tragic.
All this taking place after Welch was arrested and charged in June with torturing and sexually assaulting Frazier. But a 36th District Court magistrate gave Welch a $10,000 bond. Welch's mother bonding her son out. Hours later, police say Welch attacked her, Frazier, and his stepdad.
Everybody's just shocked about it and dismayed that this all could have been prevented.
Back here live, Jonathan Welch, now a Harper Woods judge setting bond for him. No bond is being held tonight. He has a hearing tomorrow. We'll have it covered for you. We understand his charges will now be amended to include his own mother's death. We're live in Harper Woods tonight. Sean Lay, Local 4, back to you.
Unbelievable. Okay, Sean, thank you.
We are getting a look at the coronavirus situation in Michigan with the weekly update from the state. Over the past 7 days, 16,445 cases reported in Michigan, so the average at 2,349 cases a day, down slightly from the week before. But we have lost another 149 Michigan lives to the coronavirus. All right, clear skies across southeast Michigan today, but the story of our weather has been the heat and humidity, both fairly intense.
It is, and it's not going to change much after the sun goes down either, Andrew.
Exactly, remaining warm and very muggy, Kimberly and Devin, even during the overnight hours, with heat indices in the 80s and 70s overnight. 90 right now is the current temperature in Port Huron. It's above 90 in Mount Clemens at 92, 93 in Lapeer. Not just the heat, it's also the humidity. Still feeling like the middle 90s in many places, including Mount Clemens. Flint, it feels like 95, 91, the current heat index in Ann Arbor. We've seen a couple of isolated showers over the past few hours, mainly along the I-69 corridor, and we see some more here, as you can see on Storm Tracker 4, farther to our north. Right here on the Sandusky, north of Sandusky, I should say, on the northern border of Sanilac County. These are traveling to the east, but watch out for a few wet spots, of course. These will travel to the east over Lake Huron within the next 20 to 30 minutes and diminish as they do so. It remains hot and steamy as we go over the next couple of hours. Still very warm and muggy with partly to mostly clear skies as we go into the nighttime hours. Temperatures still around 80 degrees even as we approach midnight. High heat and humidity will be around for tomorrow. We'll talk more about that and a better chance of showers and storms coming up. Now remember, you can track temperatures, heat indices, Storm Tracker 4 with the Local Forecasters app. It is fast, easy to use, and it is free. The Local Forecasters app, search WDIV in your app store.
All right, Andrew. Well, last night at 11, we told you about the disturbing case of Mark Baum. He's facing charges for sexually assaulting a 5-year-old he had been hired to babysit in Macomb Township. Well, the parents had found Baum through care.com, a website that offers the assurance that they do background checks on all caregivers. But is that enough? And what more can parents do to ensure they find a safe sitter? Consumer investigator Hank Winchester is live. Hank, even care.com recommends going further than the background check that they offer.
That's true, Kimberly, because the background check essentially only offers you information regarding past criminal convictions, and some of those may have already been wiped clean. This is the website, care.com. It is a very popular website. There are many others just like it. Tonight, important information that you need to know before you hire a sitter online. It's something all parents fear, the babysitter abusing your child. It's played out in Macomb Township, a babysitter now charged with sexually assaulting a boy. The babysitter found on the popular website care.com. A spokesperson saying, "We are deeply disturbed by this incident and our thoughts are with the family at this time. We can confirm that this individual did have a profile on our platform, which has been removed. Additionally, we've taken steps to prevent his re-enrollment in the future and are contacting families with whom we believe he may have interacted on our platform about this development. We are in contact with law enforcement and stand ready to assist in their investigation." We have learned background checks are done before a person can post a profile, but not all background checks are created equally. Here's legal expert Neil Rockheim.
The difference between what may be out there in someone's record and what may be in someone's background and what's available on what we call iChat, which is a criminal history that an individual can order. And oftentimes they're vastly different.
Beyond getting any criminal data that may exist, it's really up to parents to also do their own homework. Ask for references, talk to those that have hired this person before, and ask friends and family members for referrals. Who have they worked with and had good experiences with in the past? Back out here live, this is no different than buying any sort of service online. We always tell you to be cautious and to be skeptical. Again, we're talking about your children. You need to do everything you can to ensure they will be taken care of in a safe manner. We're live here tonight. Hank Winchester, help me, Hank, Local 4.
So much to think about. Hank, we appreciate it.